Including last year's postseason, the Eagles have won 3 straight against the Giants and looking for the season sweep against New York on Sunday night. Jason Horowitz, NFL.com's Pat Kirwan, glad to be with you on the NFL preview show presented by Tyson Anytizers. And Pat, that would be huge because it would put the Giants 2 back of the Eagles and maybe the Cowboys as well in the NFC East, but they'd have any tiebreaker over New York. When you look at the Cowboys, the Eagles, and the Giants, what is the pecking order in your mind of the best football teams in the NFC East?
Well, I think in my mind it's going to come out with the Eagles on top, 11-5. Then I see the Giants at 10-6 and the Cowboys at 9-7. That's how I think it's going to happen. And why do I put the Giants ahead of the Cowboys? The last game of the year for the Giants is against the Minnesota Vikings, who will have locked down everything by then, and that will be a game that they're going to get as a win. Where I don't think the Cowboys are going to have such an easy time of it down the stretch.
They also have Carolina at home to the Giants, while the Cowboys have to go to New Orleans. They have to play Philly to end the season.
Be careful of the Redskin game.
And at Washington, and that's another one too. So a very tough schedule for Dallas. All right, Pat, last time these two teams met, Philly just blew them out of the water. They had 30 points by halftime. McNabb had 3 first-half touchdowns. What is the key for the Giants defensively to slow down what has been a fairly prolific attack for most of the season?
They have to get to Donovan McNabb. Their secondary is not good enough right now. They have huge questions at the safety position. And so if you let Donovan McNabb throw 35, 40 times, we all know Andy Reid wants to, he is going to pick them apart again. And this is the fastest scoring team in the league. First quarter scoring 81 points. They have 193 points in the first half of games this year. If they get out to that kind of lead, all of a sudden the desire to run Brandon Jacobs where they think they have some strength, you're not going to be able to do it.
And Deshaun Jackson's expected to play this week. He did not play in Atlanta last week and had a big play in the game against the Giants. So did LaShawn McCoy. So did Leonard Weaver. Everybody had big plays here. They did not shut down anything. Who do you try and take away? You said you got to get to McNabb. How do you try and take away that big play to Deshaun Jackson?
Well, the Deshaun Jackson one is they don't have a corner that's going to be able to handle that guy. I've seen the guy play against off-coverage corners and just run right by him. You would think at a corner off 9 yards could keep the guy in front of him, and they can't do it. So that's a roll press look. You got to get the corner up in his face. You got to slow his release down. You can't let that guy run clear down the field, and then you need safety help on top. But the safety help on top could be C.C. Brown. It could be someone that can't handle him there. So that part of it's tough. It always starts with stopping LaShawn McCoy, who is really Brian Westbrook now. And that guy's going to get the ball enough that you have to take care of him. He had a big run, I think, the last time they played. So be careful of LaShawn McCoy. And that's how the Giants will handle going after this game.
And Westbrook practicing this week, limited role, not expected to play on Sunday night. As we talked about before this started. He's still saying he's a little worried about that next concussion, and you don't put a guy out there.
When in doubt, there's no doubt.
You're not going to put him out there. All right, for the Giants, there are concerns in terms of they had big plays last week, but you can't count on an 87-yard punt return every week. You can't count on a 75-yard screen to Brandon Jacobs every week. So what do they have to do offensively?
They need to slow down that Eagle offense by running the football, and Chris Snee may not go, and it doesn't look like he's going to go. There's your power left guard that you're able to pull and get people behind, so you don't have that inside power game, but that's the game they need. Now, what happens is they'll try to do that early. It may struggle. I think it will struggle. Then they're going to try to go to Bradshaw and try to pop some big runs that way. But they will be challenged by half. They were going to go to the locker room at halftime, and they're going to have to say, we have to throw to get back in this game, and that's where the problems will start. Because I think the pass rush of the Eagles, the amount of pressure they can apply. Sean McDermott has done a nice job of carrying on Jim Johnson's defense. This time of year is when the Eagle defense has always been effective. I think Eli will struggle in this game.
And he's got to be careful of Asante Samuel.
Yes.
He has thrown picks to him in the last 2 games against the Philadelphia Eagles, and one of them back for a touchdown. Sounds like you like the Eagles, and it almost sounds like you like them big in this ball game.
I like the Eagles in this game, and I think it'll be close for a while, but then they'll get away from the Giants, and I can see them winning by 10 points.
All right, we'll see how it all plays out. It's Sunday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. For more, stay right here with CBSSports.com. That'll do it for the NFL Preview Show, presented by Tyson Anytizers, the meaty Good Man Snack. For Pat Kirwan, I'm Jason Horowitz.
Take care, folks.